Hello and welcome to this South Fiordland bush flying tour. And if you're new to me and to this video series, check in the description below as there's a link to the episode in the series which will tell you all about this, where we are and where to get a copy of this scenery yourself. So in the last video I was explaining the change in these videos from I'm working on the conversion to I've finished it and here's the link to the scenery. So because of that I didn't really get an opportunity to mention the last place we've been to, where we've just took off, which was Princess Mountains Farm. The Fjord Tours brochure says, if you have a cup of tea or coffee in South Fiordland, then the milk in it may well have come from here. So rather than just drinking their milk, you can now get to see where it all comes from. And for a small surcharge on site, you can have a go at milking a cow yourself. Pulling on the pink dangly things underneath the cow and then drinking the white liquid that spurts out of them. Do you ever get the feeling that the guy who discovered milk also did some really weird things during his life? Anyway, our next destination, according to the Fjord Tours brochure, is Widgeon Lodge, located on the shore of Lake Widgeon. And it's kind of lucky to still be here actually, as I very nearly deleted this airfield while I was converting things. And I'm still not convinced I didn't make a mistake by keeping it. Now, in Explain 11, the mesh created a bulge in the lake. So, with a polygon with a ground texture on it, I put that polygon over the high spot in the water, planted some trees on top of that, so it changed the shape of the lake and the bulge in the water became land instead, so it all looked fine. But now the polygon trick doesn't work in Explain 12. We have the high water spot back again. But it's kind of off to one side, so I was thinking maybe it's far enough away from the airstrip where it's not quite as noticeable. It's directly ahead of us now, by the way. It's the far side of the lake. You can probably make it out a little bit even from here. We'll fly over the airfield, but once you do land, there are trees in the way, so you can't really see the water very well. So it's fine from there. And on approach, you're not really looking at it either. So that was why I kept the airfield. Yeah, today we'll have a fly past the bulge so you can see exactly what it is. Obviously you won't be that close to it or that low when you're using the airfield, so I don't know, maybe it's not quite as noticeable. But, yeah, I did also have a polygon to help shape the lake a little bit better. This bit of river just coming up here by the end of the runway, so that all looked a bit prettier as well when we did have a polygon there. Still looks okay without one. It's not as good, but it's alright, I can live with that. It's just the bulge in the water that's a little annoying maybe. And we're down. not the smoothest landing you'll ever see, but Southfield and bush flying, that's about landing and still having a plane that you can still use. So yeah, I'm okay with that. Taxi round to where the buildings are. Yeah, it's kind of a one-way airstrip for Barron. There is a gap in the trees at the end of the runway where we came in, but as you can see here, the trees are a lot closer to the threshold of the runway, so that means you need to clear them and then get down, and by the time you do, there's not a lot of runway left to stop. I'm sure it's possible in some aircraft, but just not in this one. Yeah, it is a kind of a one-way airfield. Yeah, you can still see the bulge a little bit through the trees, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's still in the scenery, but I'm not sure I will ever bother coming here again myself. Right, so that was a Widgeon Lake Airfield. As I say, a little lucky to still be here, but such is life, it is. So let's move on to the next one then.